Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Joey Wobbs, and this is Wobbs Sports. We are here to talk a little bit Chelsea. Wanting to go through what my thoughts were from watching the group games from the Club World Cup. Going to go through what I think of Liam Delap. And then I'm going to do like a little squad building exercise. So I think that that's necessary for the way that we're moving at this current moment. I think we need to go through a little bit of an exercise, see where we need to just kind of go and adjust for where we think everybody should be placed. Everybody, welcome to the show. As you guys come in, this is just going to be like a solo show. I'm not going to do nobody else is going to be coming through. So I'm going to be talking to you guys in the chat. So if you guys want to if you guys have questions, you guys want to have your say, make sure you guys are chatting in. First, I would like to just kind of go through a little bit of like the news that's been happening over the last couple days. Let's open up Vice here real quick. Big up, Solomon. Nice to see you, G. All right, let's go and hit Price real quick. So first, like everybody knows, Gittins pretty much is like in the move. Not really like a ton of news coming from Chelsea today, but really what we're going to be talking about is like the games that we had. I'll go through some of the social score things and we can go through that. But I still don't believe that this $55 million number is where we're going to be meeting at for this. And I think Dortmund really don't have a choice. They keep on telling, oh, there's other clubs that are interested. No one's going to pay the number. Not a single team's going to pay that number. Point blank and simple. I mean, Solomon, you were late. That's what happened. Here. Welcome. All right, there you go. There's a nice little welcome video for all you guys. But Cole, you're right, bro. There's not a ton of news today. I did want to kind of have a conversation on this. Andre Santos needs more sessions, but with him before he becomes a starter. Andre Santos had like an interesting game yesterday. Like he came on for what, like 25, 30 minutes. And he had the assist, and then he had the goal, right? Or he had the assist, and then he had the penalty shot where when he shot it and it hit the guy's hand. But he did lose the ball quite a bit, and it did look like he didn't know where to be positionally. So, like, I think like he's bound to be a player that's going to be playing, but also like I think you just have to give it time. Like I don't know why everyone's so rushed to push this guy into the starting lineup the way that we've been trying to push him into the starting lineup, because we have so much options overall. You know what I'm saying? Like, and big up Billy. Nice to see you, my guy. But we have so many options, bro. Like we have so many options of players in those positions. And like really, in my opinion, he should be the backup to Enzo Fernandez. Like that's it. Like he should be the guy that backs up Enzo Fernandez in that more advanced role. Because I believe he has like the ability to be more progressive and in areas, and also don't worry, Cole, we'll get to it. Don't worry, Cole, we'll get to it. I promise we'll get to it. But yeah, I agree, bro. Like Santos was allowed to roam higher up the pitch, and like those areas that Enzo seems to score in, like in those box crashing areas, I do think he could thrive in those areas as well. I think that that's where him in the box with his shooting capabilities and him aerially, where he's not this tall dude, but bro, does he get up for those aerial battles? And I also believe he looked very short. Chat, did you guys notice that? Like he looked really short. Like he looked shorter than advertised. I don't know what it was, but he definitely looked shorter than advertised. Maybe it was just me. But he does look really short. Interesting. Interesting. Nico, a video just came out from Fabrizio Romano on Nico Jackson. You know what that means, boys. We'll see. We'll be seeing news here in the next few minutes. We'll be getting that in the next few minutes. Big up, Jardel. Nice to see you. He is short though, right, Solomon? Big up, Jardel. Nice to see you, my guy. Nice to see you. Let me pull up the next subject that I want to have a conversation on. Here it is. Ooh, that's not the one I was looking for. That's the one I was looking for. This is just a few minutes ago, guys. About an hour ago, I would say. A little bit, about an hour ago now. And Nico Jackson is no longer central in Enzo Maresca's plans, and he could leave Chelsea this summer in the transfer market. It's good to be right. It's just good to be right, bro. That's all I gotta say. If you guys have been on this channel for long enough, if you guys have been watching, Nexus, he was not 5'11". There is no fucking way Andre Santos is 5'11". There's no way. Like, zero way. He's probably closer to 5'8" than 5'11". I'm being so serious. When I saw like dude on the pitch. Did they measure him when he had the afro? Maybe? Because there is no fucking way he was 5'11". Like, no way. Nah, not 5'5", bro. 5'8" max. 5'8". Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. What do they tell? They asked Andre Santos, "How tall are you?" He said 5'11". That's what happened. They didn't do no measurements for that. That's what fucking happened. He is not 5'11". I'll tell you that for fucking free. That is free information. Ain't no fucking way that kid's 5'11". But I still believe in him. So regardless, I still believe in him. I still think he's gonna have a really good career at Chelsea eventually, because I do think that I don't know how long we'll be able to keep Enzo Fernandez. That's the real thing. So I do believe that Madrid will every year for the next 4 years will be yeah, he is definitely shorter than Enzo. And Enzo isn't 5'11". Yeah. He does have a good leap though. You're right, Jardel. He does have a good leap. Billy, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if he was at the game. But to Nico Jackson, once again, people, if you guys understand, if you guys have been a part of this channel, you know what the first video on this channel is me talking about we need to replace the striker. That's about a year ago. First video. My first video on this channel about a year ago. It's actually going to be a year and about 6 days that I started this channel. A year and 6 days ago, I started this channel. Okay, on the premise that I wanted a new striker. Okay, that's what I'm talking about here. Because Liam Delap, after 1-2 performances, you can see the difference in the fucking team. You can just see it with your own eyes. It's that simple, in my opinion. Even the game we lost against Flamingo, you could see with your own eyes what he can provide. And I think they're just tired of dude. I think they're tired of the antics. I don't think that they want that type of. They don't want this kind of play, this type of personality. Which worries me a little bit about Kudus, because Kudus is a bit of a personality, but he is also like not a personality off the pitch. Kudus had like that one moment, I think, where he punched up a dude. Literally, like, punched the dude in the face. But yeah, outside of that, like, he ain't the liability of what Nico's been. Because, like, Nico, if you don't want to leave this football club, the way that you're acting is not a good sign. The way that you've been playing, it's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have a problematic off the pitch either. As long as the player channels that personality in a good way in the pitch, it's calm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If we replace Nico Jackson with Gyökeres, that is a good signing. Do we need Gyökeres, Mo? I ask you again. Do we need Gyökeres? Is Gyökeres like a necessity in your opinion? And I ask that because I don't necessarily think that we need that style of striker now. I think we got a guy who can run the channels really well, physically built. Link up is pretty good. Close control is really good. Shooting's really good. I think he could be our own version of what that would be, in my opinion. No, I mean he'll leave goal. That part of it's not too big of a deal. We sell too well. You know what I'm saying? There's not many players that we had to send to the U21 and sit them there, and they sat there the entire time. You know what I'm saying? We found a spot for him eventually. Well, unfortunately, with Champions League, this is not really an option for us. I would like to say that we could keep you, but I just don't see that. I don't see that being an option. No, I would like us to buy a striker, actually. I surprisingly enough, guys, like everybody else, I am not the biggest fan of Morgan Rogers. I think he's a little overrated, in my opinion. I do like his ball carrying ability. Like overall, I like his ball carrying ability, like as a overall feature, right? Like personally, I like that feature of him. I like his physicality. Passing's kind of average to me. His shooting's kind of average to me. I don't necessarily like watching him play winger either. It's very clunky. It's very, I would say, it it's not, I mean, appealing to the eye, I guess is the best way of describing it. I don't think it's that effective either, in my opinion. But the way that he likes to play, the way that what's his face? I'm just gonna call him Dracula because I can't remember his name. Dracula's fucking likes to play football, and the way that we like to play football. That is where I don't see him being able to play winger. Now, before I get to this, because you literally, Mo, I'm saving this chat because thank you for bringing it up. These are the two names that I would want. Like, actually, you hit it right on the nose. I want both. It's not or. I want both. Okay? You don't get the option of or here. You have to go get both. That's where I'm at. But before I go, I want to go back to this. CB left wing goalkeeper is most needed right now, but we got all summer. Yes. So the Mdang, let's get the left wing done. I think Gittins is gonna probably be coming in here soon. He's left at a true touchline with left winger. So like he'll actually fit the system that we normally play. So like we can move forward with that, right? The CB in the goalkeeper, that is going to be late window stuff because we have to make sales in certain play. We have to make sales in both these positions to allow ourselves to have the space for it. So, Dang, you're right. We got all summer, but those are the two positions I expect late summer to happen. The attackers I expect right now. Okay, that, in my opinion, that's the way I've been looked at it. Not even for cups. No. Actually, not even for cups. I would like him to get a real loan where he could play football. He says, Kudus, false nine, or Ekatike is a must. Both. Both. If we're selling Nico Jackson, the answer is both. Ekatike, Woltamede, and Kudus. All three at the same time. Get the Atalanta striker as a backup. I'm a big fan of Solomon. I am a big fan of Retegi. Okay? Very big fan. And did we just get a raid? Big up, never a foul. We appreciate you guys. Big up for raiding every single time. Let me throw a nice little welcome to you guys. Welcome. Big up, never a foul. Thank you, Cass. I appreciate you, my G. And then so I can see Nani leaving. I'll be happy if he leaves. He's been meaty in the Club World Cup. He's been meaty, period, in my opinion. Just period. All right, it's not just period. Yo, the numbers are coming through, so I want to just make sure I do this one more time because I appreciate it. Yeah. Welcome. Slap up the likes. And make sure you guys subscribe. We're $175 away from 1,000. 175 away from 1,000. And there's 130 of you here. Come on, get me halfway there. If you haven't already, get me halfway there. Chills, my G, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for always showing up. I appreciate you. Yeah, so Solomon, I'm not opposed to Retegi, but I just think I don't necessarily think getting Italian players for this league is like always the best idea. Some translate really well, but it's just like the weather. Really, can they translate to the weather? Like the kids, I think he is actually like Argentine derivative Italian. So like he hasn't seen much snow in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of shit that I kind of think about. I can see. Yeah, we'll move past that Nani stuff. We'll get to the Nani stuff later. We're going to be talking a little bit more on strikers and who we think we should be replacing them with. This right here. This is what Chelsea should be doing. Reason why is because as long as I believe Nick Woltamade is staying at Stuttgart. Okay, that's what I believe. But if there is a chance, for you to be able to get Nick, get him because he'll be cheap. He's on 9K a week right now. Okay? 9K. Okay? 9K a week. All right? He's 23, so he's not this 21-year-old striker that you're bringing. He's 23. All right? He's climbed the ranks of German football over the last 2 years, 3 years. It's been. Just climb the ranks. Just continue to climb the ranks. Not only that, he probably had the best. He was probably the best player in the entire U21 Europe. But he's 23, mind you. Between him and Elliott and Quenda, those are like the 3 top players. Mind you, 2 of those players are in their 20s, or 22 and 23. Quenda is 18. So we got a good one on our hands still. All right. But Nick, I've been watching Nick all year. Stuttgart's my favorite German team. Okay. I watch Stuttgart weekly. Nearly every week, as much as I can. As long as they're not playing while Chelsea's playing, I watch them. Weekly. Stuttgart's my team. I've been watching them for a while. Enzo Malloy, Angelo Stiller, those boys, those are my players, bro. Enzo Malloy has been my guy for 2.5, 3 years. So I've been watching a lot of Nick this year. And bro, Nick got 16 goals. He ain't no slouch. Like, he got more goals than Sesko. Let's put it in perspective. He got around the same amount of goals, or I don't know if Sesko got more than that. I think he might have been at around the same 14, 16 goals, something like that. But you would be able to get him for a lot less. Like, you would be 40 most. At 40, Stuttgart will sell. 40. At 40, Stuttgart would sell. I hope they don't, but at 40, they would sell. Yeah. Yeah, he was linked to Madrid today. And to be honest, it's the perfect striker for Madrid. The perfect striker. There isn't a better link-up man in those areas outside of probably Hugo. Like, Hugo is really good at link-up. But this guy's link-up, like, he's so good he plays the 10. That's how good he is at passing the ball. So, like, between the box crashing and all that other good jazz at 6'6" in that league with Xabi Alonso, it is a great fit for them, especially with the 2 inside forwards they have. Yeah, Gittins, he was sick, actually, from what my... Oh, Ed, if Chelsea had any sense about them, they get Piero Hincapié. That is my favorite center back for Chelsea to get, period. I beg. If you want to make me happy this window, you get me. If you want, give me Kudus and this guy, I'm happy. As much as I want to get rid of Sanchez, if you got me this guy and Kudus, I'm freaking happy, bro. I'm being dead ass. And I want to get rid of Sanchez, but this is more that, like, this is big. That would be big signing for me. Big signing. My G. I agree. I don't think you play Achimpong as a center back. You got to play him as a... And I still think you sell Chalobah. So you need... The thing is with Piero is he can play left back as well. So then you can move Levi inside if you want to. Please. That's the goal. Give me a 1K. I rate Lookman, but do I expect this ownership to go for Lookman? No. I also don't think Lookman's a touchline winger. He wants to be close inside. He wants to be inside, closer to the goal. Lookman fits better in like a Manchester United system where they're going to play 2 inside 10s. That's better suited to Lookman. He does play wing for Nigeria from what I watch, but that's not where I prefer to have him. I prefer to have him closer to the goal. From like when he plays for Atalanta. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Delap. Delap's going to make things very different for this football team, I think. Especially like he can provide the same kind of link up that Nico does. He's not like totally bereft at link up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you're getting a player that's just like the opposite, where he has no capabilities in link up. He's very good at link up, like very good. So I don't know. That's the way I see it, really. Like I see him as this like the having him as an option as a link up man now. Like with his ball striking, I think he can be very complete in the end. I really do. Of course, he's a cheap option, Jardel. Madrid's gonna definitely sniff around, especially if Xabi Alonso wants a striker. Like that is the mold of striker that they should be getting. Is a like deep lying forward is the best way I can describe it. Like I'll use FM terms for you guys. Is like a deep lying forward. Like that's what it is. Is like he has the capability of dropping in the pockets, very much like Firmino, right? But then also crashing the box late. And his distribution and passing and technique all are very, very, at very, very good levels. And then you add that frame at 6'6", and it's anomaly of footballer. Like he really is just an anomaly. And the crazy part is Hugo, on the other hand, is extremely similar to that, except he has a 6'3" frame and he can stretch the pitch. That's the difference. Is where they both have the capability of dropping into the pockets. Nick is more, I'm going to get back into the box. I don't really have the pace to stretch the pitch, so I'm going to arrive later. Where Hugo can drop into the pockets, distribute, and then stretch the pitch and get by people because of his speed and his length. Like the length of with the speed that he has within like small distances for his height is actually really impressive. So like that's the two, and they're both coming in. They both have the capability of coming into this league. I still don't think Nick's ready, but he's proving it more and more that I'm wrong. But I don't think he's ready. I think he should stay at Stuttgart. But that might be my bias because I'm a Stuttgart fan. So. Yeah, exactly. To just get more involved, right? Yep, exactly. That, but you signing Piero hits two birds with one stone. You get a center back option, a left-sided center back option that can be the starter. Realistically, he should start for us. You get him, he starts, and you move Levi over. That way, Fafana is a backup option where you don't have to rely on his fucking legs all the time. Then you sell Tosin. You have Tosin and Chalobah, or Tosin left over and Chalobah that you could sell. One of the two. Both of them are pure profit in the bank because we got Tosin for free and Chalobah's an academy player. Yep. I mean, imagine having to deal with Delap and Nick in the box. That'd be issues. Like that would actually be issues. You'd actually give that. It would give team problems, serious problems. I'll try to find it here. I'll try to find it here in a second, Cole. I mean, I don't even care about that. Yo, what up, G? Nice to see you, Copycat. And then let me see. Let me try to find that tweet. James, you said Dean James or Dean James. AFC Dean James. Is he just like an aggregator? Because he doesn't look like a. Yeah, he's an aggregator. Oh, I seen this tweet. Where is it? It's gone now. Yeah, I think it's gone. One second, guys. Here it is. All right. So we talked about one bum and Nico Jackson, right? Bum number 2, Madueke. Now, personally, I think this is a good idea because this, to me, means they're going to make a move for someone bigger, right? Like, it's not going to be like they're selling Gittins and they're getting Madueke and that's it because you already lost Mudryk. So, like, you're not going to just not get another player then. So, where I sit, I think that's where Kudus comes in. Kudus or Morgan Rogers. Now Morgan Rogers. The whole everybody's like expectations with Morgan Rogers was that he would be moving because of PSR issues, right? Like that was the whole idea of it. But it looks like here, it looks like here Villa are going to use our method, okay, our method of fixing PSR to fix their PSR issues by selling their women's team. Okay, so like if any fan tells you anything about how Chelsea cheats about their financial, Villa are doing the same exact loophole that we did just a year ago or a year and a half ago. Okay, that's the facts. That's the facts. That's how they're getting out of PSR this summer. That's why you haven't seen any links to any of their players. The facts are the PSR issues at Villa are being solved based off of them selling their women's teams to themselves. That's the truth. Cigar City Blues. This I expect to happen after the Club World Cup because I think that the fiscal season of it is we're still technically in last year's season, right? That's the idea in my mind, that the way that I'm seeing it at least. So I think by next year we'll have a front of shirt sponsor, or well, by next month is my opinion. Next month or on early August, we'll have a front shirt sponsor. And to be honest, bro, take advantage of buying a shirt without a sponsor on it because those shits are sick, in my opinion. They're so nice. Like getting a shirt without the front of shirt sponsors are so nice. They're so clean looking. So that's my opinion behind it. Take advantage of it while you still can, but to each his own, really. With this, like Morgan Rogers is probably not being sold. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. You just get a kid without a sponsor. Get a kid without a sponsor. Why did Chelsea not go for Gyökeres? Because we won't pay that bum $250 a week, and the board believe, like I do, that he's not as good as people believe. By the way, this is a guy who plays in a league that's lower than the Brazilian league. Okay, let me get that straight in your. Let me get that. Put that in your head. The Portuguese league is lower rated than the Brazilian league. Okay? Keep that in mind when you're looking at a player who scored all these goals and thinking that it's going to translate. It might translate for Man United because they could play counterattacking football, and that's what they need. That's what it might translate in. It might translate in Villa because they like to play counterattacking football. It might translate at Newcastle. But at Arsenal, we'll see. We'll see. Don't get me wrong. We'll see. But why is that, Copycat? Why is that? The midfielders that come out of there are all very technical. All of them. They are technical and they all have passing range. Those are key attributes that you can translate into other leagues. Shit, Vitinha Vitinha was fucking on the bench for Wolves when he was out here. On the bench. Now he's one of the best world footballers and best midfielders in world football because he got the opportunity in the right league. Thank you, Ed. So I don't have to say it. They believe Delap is gonna the thing is what people believe Chelsea is now and what people believe Chelsea was back then is two different things. We're gonna take we're gonna build a young core and then just add pieces. That's it. I like to bring it to the NBA. Who won the NBA Finals this year? The Oklahoma City Thunder. Let me answer the question for you. The Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA Finals this year. Okay, the way that they built their team is they put young pieces together. Okay, they put all these young pieces together, and once they felt like the young pieces were correct, they brought in a few older pieces that could push the team further. Okay. That's what it was. That's what it was. And the only experience they brought in was one guy. Because Isaiah Hartenstein played 1 year of basketball before he actually 1 year of a lot of minutes before he actually got a move. 1 year. He was on the Knicks. I watched him. 1 year of a lot of minutes. Exactly. They only brought one guy, Alex Caruso. That's all they brought. One guy. Okay. Let me ask you, chat, let me ask you something. How would you feel about getting Ter Stegen? How would you guys feel about if we got Ter Stegen as our keeper? Let me actually do a little poll. Actually. I want to do a little poll. But here's the thing. Is he washed? I asked you, is he washed? And what makes you say he's washed? Can someone explain it to me? I don't watch a lot of Spanish football. Tell me why he's washed, please. Explain to me. Someone give me the understanding of why he's washed. What makes him washed? Can someone explain it to me though? Like, he's just no longer that guy. I mean, he does not dive anymore. Doesn't make a lot of sense. What do you mean does not dive anymore? He got benched by that old Liverpool goalie. No, I thought he got bent. He got hurt. That's why. And then when he came back, he already had some other guys, somebody on the other, Chesney. And it wasn't a goal. He's a Arsenal keeper, by the way. He's not Liverpool. Arsenal by Chesney. Yeah, see, copycat. That's kind of how I am. I watch like the El Clasico and the Madrid derby and Atletico versus Barcelona, but I won't watch anything else. So Magnan's just better because he's better with his feet. Let's do a little bit of stat looking at that. Actually, we could look at some stats about that. I was just kind of curious because I did see a link, and I haven't watched Ter Stegen since he was at fucking he was at Bayern Mönchengladbach. That's the last time I watched him. So it was years ago, and he was actually balling out there, like at for Mönchengladbach. So like, but it's been a long time ago. It's been a fucking long time. So. How do you spell that shit? It's M-I. There it is. Chesney smokes like 5 cigs a day and he still bench that motherfucker. Yeah, that's hilarious, son. But yo, yeah, like I mean, the last time we've seen him, right? Because like it's been like a year because he didn't play this year. So like the last time we saw Ter Stegen, he was a better shot stopper than what Mike was this year. And he has better long ball percentage than any goalkeeper we probably have had. Obviously, he isn't as good short percentage wise. It seems like he makes a lot of mistakes short passes. Because you shouldn't have that low of a short percentage pass. Still, 44% is terrible. But let's just say, for the sake of our conversation here, Ter Stegen comes in on a loan. I know his wages are crazy. But let's just say he comes in here on a loan. I don't think they were very credible, Cigar City. I'm not gonna lie. I was just scrolling through Twitter. Okay, let's do that. I did see that link. I'm gonna have to change this title. Let me quickly change it real quick. Porto keeper, yes. Ter Stegen doesn't find the pockets like Magnan. Like his on the ground passing mafia. Is that what we're talking about? Like his direct passing into the center backs or into the midfield. Yeah, he has a similar. He does. Diogo Costa does have a similar stat build to Maignan. Let's remove Ter Stegen for a second. It's pretty similar. Bro, the aerial part, though, kills me. That shit kills me, bro. It just reminds me of fucking Kepa, bro. You watch this guy, like, try to claim crosses, bro. That guy was... Bro, all the Brazilian keepers passing are good for the most part. Literally all of them. Like if you watched all of the Brazilian teams, Palmeiras' goalkeeper can pass the ball pretty well. They all can get themselves out of pressure themselves. Like they all play football. No, did I put Sanchez on here? No, I didn't. We can do that for you though. So he's your old school shot stopper. That's pretty much what Sanchez is. He can not distribute the ball. Yeah, exactly, Mafia. They all fucking just midfielders that were forced to play fucking keeper. Exactly, bro. Like, look at this shit. Look at this. I'm gonna remove Diogo Costa for a second, but look at the difference in the maps. It's kind of crazy. Early in the season, we did not defend well, though. We did not defend that well. Actually, it's probably closer to the middle of the season. We weren't defending that well. It's more close to the January part of the season. He was creating a lot of his own problems though. Like, look how bad these numbers are, bro. Like these passing numbers are disgusting. 3% and 3% long and short, bro. Maybe we do need a Brazilian keeper, bro. All right, let's throw Trafford in there. Trafford's actually a good shot stopper. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I don't know why we would go for this kid, other than the Manchester City links. Do we trust Mignon with aerial duels from crosses? That's my only concern. I don't think it's going to be a problem personally. I don't really think it's going to be a problem. Yeah, but Trafford's a problem, bro. He is a fucking monster though. Like he is like actual monster in the air. He's also really young for a keeper. Like I don't know. I probably wouldn't be putting my faith in him this soon, but keeper is like where I want someone older. Like I always want someone older. I don't care. Like look, Sanchez is 27. That's nice. Get a cheap keeper. Here, we'll put him up on the screen here. John Victor. I don't know if this website has it because it might be just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this has it. Bro, me too, man. They could have literally shut this fan base up for a fucking minute if they signed Simon Young. They could have shut us up for a minute, bro. For a minute. They would have shut everybody up for so long if they signed Mike, bro. They would have shut up everybody. Let's compare him to. I'm just curious. Yeah, I could see them doing something like this. I don't know what does exits even mean. I wish they actually like showed us what exits even mean. What does that mean? I still think so too. Nah, I don't actually think I don't actually think I don't actually think that that whole Menyan saga's over. I really don't. I don't think the saga's over. I think the way that like here's a good that's a good subject actually. Let's we talking about we could talk about that real quick. Because look at this. Oh, okay. Got it, Solomon. Thank you. Look at this. The problem is with this, right? The problem is with this, in my opinion, Mafia, is there's not a lot of teams that need keepers. Not a lot of teams that need keepers. But this is interesting. So basically, we got to meet Milan, son. We got to meet Milan at the valuation somewhere, bro. Because, bro, like, yeah, they literally held Tio Hernandez ransom until he signed this contract. Because he didn't want to go to Alal. As much as I banter Ahmed about it, like, he did not want to go to Alal. And he wanted to fucking go to Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid wasn't going to spend more than like 8 or 10 million or something like that, or 12 million. This is a $10 million discount, though. Exactly. So that's a $10 million discount, a 10 million euro discount. I think they would want to get younger. If you want my honest opinion, I think they would probably go for Chevalier. I don't know if they would go for Mignon. I think they would want to go get younger in that position. Look at the build. Look at the build of their team now. After Chevalier, after Donnarumma and Marquinhos, the oldest player is 28 at Fabian Ruiz. I think he might be 29. That's the oldest player. Everybody else is under 24. 25. Everyone else. Donnarumma is leaving. But he can't pass for shit either. Copycat, he can't pass for shit either. Look. He's actually not been that great. Like, these numbers are pathetic. That's why they want to get rid of him. He just had a great Champions League campaign. That's what it was. They want. Why is he leave? Not why is he leaving? I don't think they have that much left on his contract. Let's go see. And they don't want to re-sign him. He's only 26, though. That's the crazy part. Donnarumma's only 26. He started so young. Started at like 18. Yeah, he has 2 years left. We take Magnon, you and Milan get their guy back. I don't know why this is like this. There you go. There's 2 years left. It's a lot. It's 12 million a year. Is fuck ton. Yeah, 350. So I mean, there could be quite a amount of reasons that. I mean, he could run his contract down too, though. Like that's very. He could run his contract down. But I think they'll either replace him in this window or in 6 months. Thinking either in this window or in 6 months, copycat. That's the realistic. That's what's realistic with this. Everyone's trying to get younger. Nobody. We all sit here complain about the young players that we buy, but everyone's trying to get younger. Everyone's trying to get younger, bro. No one's buying old players no more, bro. It's just what the way of football is. Old players demand higher wages. Teams don't want to have to pay them wages. Nah, Leon don't got a good keeper. They're keeper. They got shit keepers over there. Bro, then Mafia, he's not gonna extend because they're not paying him $350 again. Like that is, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they signed Diogo Costa. That's who I think. That's where I think Diogo Costa more than likely goes. Is PSG. That makes the most sense to me. With all those Portuguese kids, 100%. That makes 100% all the sense in the world. I can see it now. Diogo Costa, $50 million to PSG. I can already see it. 100%. Not someone. They're going to sign Diogo Costa. Watch. That's the name, bro. The name that makes the most sense to me for them. Nobody's going to pay them wages, bro. Yusuf, nobody's paying them wages. Take his ass back to Italy and finish your rest of your career in Italy. That's what you're going to end up. That's what he's going to end up doing. Either like Inter or fucking AC. Fucking, he go back to AC, son. Go back to AC. That's what he should do. Magnan got a year left. Find your way back to AC. That's what you should be doing. Straight up. That makes the most sense. Like, if you were to tell me, like, what the series of events would happen, if I were to tell you, like, all right, Joe, guess how the keeper rotation will happen within these teams, I'm saying we get Mike, right? This is how I'd see it. We get Mike, PSG gets Diogo Costa, and then AC Milan ends up with Donnarumma. That's the way I see it all happening. That's how I would see it happening. But who knows? Who knows? We got to sell keepers, though. We got to find a way to get rid of Sanchez. Sanchez specifically, in my opinion. Like, because Petrovic is already going to be sold. We're probably going to have to find a way to sell Sanchez. And then we'll have Penders and Jorgensen, and then you can get one. That's the way I see it. You send Jorgensen, you send Penders or Jorgensen on loan, and then we're good. Shit, Man United could use Jorgensen. No, they'll buy someone. They'll buy some like 5 million. They'll buy like a cheap keeper somewhere. There's cheap keepers all over Europe or in South America that you can buy nowadays. Um, Any other news? Any other news? Any other news? No, it doesn't look like it. Let me check Vince real quick because Vince always finds like the most obscure articles. Jorgensen. That's my true. That's the actual real answer for me. People don't want to admit that Petrovic isn't actually as good as people make him out to be, but Jorgensen is the real answer for me. And hell, I could see Petrovic staying in the system, being up at Strasbourg, especially with the Lyon. Especially with the Lyon. Yeah, the Lyon transfer. With Lyon going down, that means Strasbourg would go into Europa. It would push Strasbourg into Europa, from conference into Europa, and I bet that would give them the ability to probably keep Petrovic. We would be able to sell them Petrovic. Yeah, I saw the comments, bro. Solomon, Bettinelli's trying to get into coaching. Okay, I'm almost positive he already has part of his badges done. That's why he's still on payrolls right now, so he can get his badges done. Him saying that, in my opinion, isn't really like that deep to me. Like, it's really not that deep. The one that pissed me off the most is Mendy. Mendy's comments were disgusting. Like, bro, you specifically, the way that you played for fucking 18 months, you are disgusting. You don't even you went to Saudi Arabia, bro. You think that bro, we saved you from the pits of hell. You played well for fucking 12 months, for a year, and then you want to go out and say that? The only reason you have a goddamn job is because of Petr Cech. You wouldn't even be in a conversation to be making this kind of money if it wasn't for Petr Cech. And you have the audacity to come and say that about our football club after what you got from us? You look like a fucking goddamn. You look worse than fucking Sanchez for 18 months. Kiss my goddamn ass, bro. You can kiss my fucking ass. Mendy. Joke man, son. Mendy. Mendy's a joke man, bro. Thank you for reminding me that shit. He's a joke man, bro. He's a joke man. I thought this was pretty cool. We already made our money back for Delap. We've already made 36 million in this Club World Cup. I don't really get to fucking say much because I wanted us to get grouped, but I don't really care as long as nobody gets injured. That's my biggest thing. I want no injuries coming out of this Club World Cup. That's what I care about the most. But they've already made 36 million. That paid for Delap. Yeah, same, bro. That's my biggest thing. His passing is better than almost any of the the goalies that his passing is as good as Mike's in my opinion. But he just does not have like the sense around the net yet that I would prefer, but I still think he's better than Touchevich. Nah, he's bleeding blue for a bleeding. He thought Bettinelli bleeding blue. He bleeding for that goddamn paycheck. Got the best job in the fucking world. Third keeper on a fucking Premier League team. Getting paid racks to fucking train. Best job in the goddamn world. Getting paid racks just to go fucking show up to train. Just because you 6'4". Fuck Bettinelli too, son. Nah, he's for real, Cigar City. He's for real. He's that's actually Matt. He cokehead. That's how cokehead acts. That act. He just a cokehead. That's for real. That's why I don't fuck with that shit. I used to sell. I sell people. I make money off people like him. I don't fuck with people like him. I mean, Solomon, if Villa were to say we accept the bid from Chelsea, Rodgers would be on a bike. He would ride his bike from Villa to London. That he would be riding his bike from Midlands to London, son. That's how fast I believe he would try. That's how badly I believe he actually wants to come to Chelsea. He would love nothing more than come to Chelsea and play with all his boys. You kidding? In London? Come on. He'd ride the bike from Midlands to fucking London. That's what he would do. You kidding me? Literally, all of his friends are going to be on one team. All of them, including Jamie. Jamie, Cole, Liam. Come on. Romeo. Come on, bro. What do you think of Vlahovic? I don't see much difference between him and Gyökeres. There's not that much of a difference. I'm gonna be real. It's about the same kind of striker you're talking about. That's what I see. I don't think Gyökeres is that good, bro. But in the right team, I think he would be all right. Same thing with Vlahovic. In the right team, I think he'd be all right. Yusuf, man, you need to play counter-attacking football next year. That's the only chance you have. Okay? If you're not playing counter-attacking football, you guys are fucked. Especially with Bruno around. Bro, welcome to the channel, Copycat. I've been screaming this for the last fucking month. This has been my go-to line. We are Man City B, bro. What don't you get? We are Man City B. Except now, Man City B might be a little bit. The talent that Man City B have might be a little bit better than the talent that Man City's actually bringing in. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying. Like outside of Holland, bro, I'm not necessarily impressed with what they're doing over at City. Like, it's very stockpiling. I don't think they understood what Pep said last year. He was overwhelmed with the amount of players he had, and you got him more players without no sales. Oh, Shuhaida player, Turkey. Copycat. Let me tell you it in English so I don't speak to you in too much Arabic. But Shuhaida player at Turkey. He's beautiful. What a beautiful player he is. But under Pep, no, I don't think it's impressive. Why should I think it's impressive? This is the same guy that sold Ronaldinho. Why do I think he's going to use Turkey right? Tell me that. Someone answer that. The same guy that sold Ronaldinho. Why do I think he's going to use Turkey right? Oh, because he used Messi right. Well, let me go do a little bit of a history lesson for you guys. I think it was about 2008. Barcelona lost to Chelsea in a cup in the cup tie before we went to. I think it was before we went to the final. It was 2008 against Manchester United, the final that we lost in the Champions League. Pep nearly got fired because he didn't use Messi correctly. They were going to fire him. They told him, you need to let Messi be Messi more. The same guy that relegated Thierry Henry to the wing. I'm supposed to believe he's going to use Turkey correctly? If they don't fit the system, they don't play right. What have we seen with Jack Grealish? You think Turkey's going to fit right? Foden woke up as soon as they bought Turkey. You think they're going to play for Turkey over Foden? Just saying. Just saying. Doku isn't this great player, by the way, Solomon. He's not this great player. Like I didn't know why they spent. I didn't understand why they went the route of Doku. Okay, but okay, at least it fit the style of football. Bro, but Mahrez was so much better at Leicester. So much better. He was so better. And when I say better, it was the freedom of football from Mahrez was just different when he was at Leicester. As soon as he went to City, he had to fucking play under the shackles of Pep. It's always been that way with him, though. He's won with it. But do you remember what Mahrez was at Leicester? Under that free-flowing football of Ranieri? Like, bro was cooking. He was different, son. Yo, he was so different. People don't even understand how different that shit was. He was so different. Exactly, bro. People don't remember the Mahrez of Leicester under Ranieri. That shit was like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. This right here, bro. Thank you. Pep would start Bernardo Silva over Mahrez. And I think Bernardo Silva is a good footballer. Don't get me wrong. All right. But counter-attacking gives you space to be free-flowing, correct? It doesn't have a rigid style of where you have to pass the ball. It's just you get to go. But I get where you're coming from. Not necessarily free-flowing, but the fact that he had the freedom. And I think Cole's kind of suffering from a little bit of that right now, too. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. And that's why I just don't think this whole Turkey thing is like, I don't think this whole Turkey thing is like, is good for him, right? Is like this place, like this place that he went to is going to be good for him. That's my opinion. He's still really young too, and I don't know how long Pep's going to be at City. Like he could be just there for one more year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when. Like, and also like, bro, like, I think you play him on the right. Like, if you play him on the right, he might get some more game time. But like in the middle, bro, there's so many fucking players. Like, there's so many players that are playing the middle in the 10 spots. between Bernardo Silva, fucking, like, I don't know where you're going to play Marmoush now. Like, are you going to play him on the wing, or are you going to play him in the 10 where he's actually best, where he scores the most goals? Like, it's people think Reinders is an 8. Bro, Reinders played 10 for Milan. Like, when Reinders was at his best, he played the 10, not the 8. They've been playing him in the 6 in this tournament because they played bums this entire tournament. But wait until he plays against a team that actually can run at him. I think they're playing Milan or Juve soon. Maybe even today. Later today, they might be playing Juve, I think. Watch Reinders try to defend Yildiz. And then come back to me with this. And between all, bro, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Reinders. Because you're not going to play Reinders deep. You're going to play him more forward. And then you're going to have Rodri behind them. Oh, they play tomorrow. Like, where does Oscar Bob fit into all this? On the wing? Where does Echeverri fit into all of this? Where does Maxim Verón fit into all of this? Like, where does are we going to still be playing Nico O'Reilly at left back? Is that the plan? To keep playing Nico O'Reilly at left back? Because he's probably your best actual winger. Lebo, that might be today for you, but tomorrow for me, if you know what I mean. Because it is like it's probably like 1 o'clock for you guys in the UK, and it's only 4 p.m. for me. Like where do these players go? Like, where do they play? Bro, where the fuck is how the fuck are they gonna get rid of Jack Grealish? Bro, it has to be close to like 8 to 10. Thank you, Nexus. I appreciate that. Yeah, 8 to 10. It would have to be somewhere around that. The way that Pep likes to move, 8 to 10, because he does not like deep squads. He'll run 24 at most, bro. They're in the 30s right now. Let's look at it real quick. Let's pull up Capology and look at it. I got a little bit of time. Yeah, I got a little bit of time. Let's pull up a Capology and look at it real quick. I still have Capology open too. Bro, this website's ads are crazy. All right, that guy's already on loan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, Scott Carson's gone, but they've already replaced him with Bettinelli. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, yeah, like 6 to 8. It's like 6 to 8 different 6 to 8 players, I would assume. Somewhere around there. I would say 6 to 8 players, bro. That City have to move, son. But here's the thing, right? Enzo Fernandez, they play a similar system to us, where it's more 2-10s, like 1-10's more of an 8 box to box. If they play him in that role, right, then you have so many players in those positions in like Reinders, Foden, okay, Reinders, Foden. Marmouche plays in those inside positions, but you can play him outside, I guess. Who else? I think Bernardo Silva, Gundogan. I don't know if Gundogan's still going to be playing with them, but Mateo Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez plays in those advanced positions. Like, that's 8 players for like 4 positions, bro. Big up, Paimon. Big up. There's like 8 players for like 2 positions, bro. That's what we're talking about. 6 players for like 2 positions. That's crazy. Like, you're gonna have to make loans or sales. Like, there's like, and like, what is Turkey in this scenario? Let's just put it in a perspective, right? What is Turkey in this group of players? Phil Foden, Young Player of the Year. Bernardo Silva, their fucking captain. This isn't even the full list. Yeah, this isn't even the full list. Because this doesn't have, like this still has Kevin De Bruyne on it, and it doesn't have fucking any of the new signings like Turkey or all the new signings that they made this summer. Before, like, yeah, everything before Reinders. Like, and then Phil Foden, like I said, Phil Foden is Reinders is 60 million, by the way. Bernardo Silva is their captain. Phil Foden, Young Player of the Year. Mateo Kovacic, arguably one of their one of the midfielders that they would use, one of the most consistent midfielders ever they were using all year. Mateus Nunes, less said about him, the better. I think he's going to just keep playing right back at this point. Nico Gonzalez, 6 million. Oscar Bob, which I don't know, he's normally 10, but Pep turns all his 10s into right wingers. Yeah, James McAtee. This poor guy, and Claudio Echeverri. Like, where the fuck do these guys go? They got to be sold at that point. It's like 8 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with Reinders and for 2 10 spots. Now, some of these players can play other positions, but 10 10s for two positions. 10 of them. 10. A third of their team can play 10. Yeah. I just don't see where, like, all this Turkey hype, he probably won't even see a quarter of the game time that Wirtz plays. A quarter. He won't see a quarter of the game time that Wirtz has. That's the truth. That's the God honest truth. Wirtz will start every game. Turkey might start a few cup games. Just numbers. You look at the numbers. I just showed them to you. In his preferred position, that is. Unless you move him over to the right wing. Now you have 3 right wingers, 3 or 4 right wingers that you got to compete with. Oscar Bob, Savio, him, Turkey, and then anybody else I'm missing? I mean, he plays Bernardo Silva on the right wing. He plays Phil Foden on the right wing. Like, it's 4 or 5 options. All I'm saying is, man, anybody hoping for Turkey to have a great season this year, don't. That's the fact. Don't. I just don't see how. There has to be 4 10 sales, or at least 4 players moved on from those positions, 4 to 5 players moved on from those positions for it to even get a sniff. For him to get a sniff, he needs 4 or 5 guys to be sold or moved on from. 4 to 5. You know how crazy that is for him to even get a chance. But that's what's real. Like, I don't know how Pep deals with this. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. I don't know how he deals with this size of a team later. I'm guessing he's gonna end up, because look at bro. They'll be at like 34 players or some shit before they make a sale. 34 or 35 players before they make a sale. It's not about like the PSR side of it at all either. It's just like, bro, you have way too many people on the books. Like, people bitched at us when we were running 34 players, remember? Back in fucking 2 years ago when it was Graham Potter and he had to deal with all those players. It was about 34 players. That's what he's dealing with right now. He would like 10 less. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around 24 to 22. That's how he would like this club to be, his team to be at. That's a lot of work, bro. That is a lot. 10 guys they got to move. Hey, we got to move 10 guys, somewhere around 10 guys too. But I've seen us do it already. That's the difference. They have good. They got good ownership over there. I understand Khaldoon's over there, but I don't know. It's a lot of players to move. I feel the same way with us. There's a lot of players to be moved. I know, like, players like Badia Shield potentially, or like Chilwell. Like, we couldn't move Chilwell last year. We got him alone for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? That's realistic for a lot of these guys that are on this bench. Like I think I really like James McAtee. I think he could go to. Yeah, I don't know where Sterling's going. Hopefully, like the championship somewhere. A loan from on the championship. Yeah, that ass. He's about to get his hands put on him. The way how big the squad is. If they're winning every game, people are getting benched. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. Like, bro, I don't know if they bought Nico Gonzalez to help them through the Rodri moments, and they barely used dude. They barely use dude, bro. They barely use him. Yeah, that is a good point. Their squad is kind of all over the place right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a rough start to the season. Wouldn't be surprised at all. But they have a pretty nice schedule, so I don't know. It's just a lot of changes. It's a lot of players that you're bringing in. And yeah, once again, Khaldoon's a monster. He's like one of the best in the business. Like, I'm sure that he gets the squad number down. I just don't know to how much. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I don't know how much. But I appreciate everyone. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna go get some food. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your night, and we'll see you guys later this week. We'll have another live like this soon. Hopefully, we get some more Chelsea transfer news. If not, we'll see you guys on the live stream also for either on Ahmed or Lewis's channel for Benfica, because we got Benfica Saturday. Have a great night, man.